Hey gamers, if you think you've played all the good roguelike games out there, think again. There are plenty of great roguelike titles that often go unnoticed, whether it's because of their exciting combat, striking visuals, or strong replay value. In this video, I'll be covering top 15 underrated roguelike games that should be way more popular. Some of you maybe disagree with my list, but that's okay. Everyone has different tastes. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we go into the list, I want to tell you about my favorite place to buy games, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome site for grabbing games at great prices. Not only they always have fantastic discounts, but also they run in giveaways you won't want to miss. Seriously, these deals are hard to beat. Where else are you going to find prices this good? Why pay full price when you can grab the same game for way less, right? Yeah, you can shop for games on all kinds of platforms, like PC, PS5, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. There are also numerous convenient products to enhance your gaming experience, such as subscriptions, gift cards, and many more. No worries, it's 100% legit, fast, and super easy to use, and their support team is available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving your cash with Instant Gaming. And by using my link, you're not just getting awesome deals, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Ziggurat 2 keeps the same roguelike structure. It begins in a world where a wizard civil war has destroyed a vast magical prison. You select a wizard, enter one of the game's missions, and are confronted with rooms filled with enemies. The wand initially works like a magic pistol, but learning about different kinds of weapons, such as staves, spells, special magic guns, and more, alters that. You can use the coins you earn to upgrade weapons and characters in between missions. Each mission has its own length and difficulty, and because you only get one life per run, the roguelike elements never disappear. However, the replay loop keeps the game going by allowing players to replay missions, retrieve lost items, and try out new characters. Spiritfall blends platform fighter combat with a roguelite structure. In this game, you play as an undead character with a flaming head dropped into two-dimensional arenas where everything revolves around controlling space and launching enemies out of your way. Combat is responsive and you can build around juggling foes, knocking them into walls or sending them off the stage before they can swarm you. Enemies show up in different types and patterns, pushing you to dash, reposition, and keep pressure on the room before it overwhelms you. Upgrades come quickly. Spiritfall hands out new skills every run. Things like elemental attacks, boosted dashes, or extra damage. And you also gather materials to unlock permanent upgrades in the hub, builds change often, and the game doesn't drag out progression, so every attempt feels worthwhile. Voidigo is a twin-stick roguelite shooter in the same family as Gungeon and Nuclear Throne, but with its own quirks that give it a distinct identity. Weapons and power-ups get wild, some are simple boosts, others completely change how you play. Even with only 2 weapon slots, ammo drops are generous, so you rarely feel stuck. Bosses don't wait in one room, you have to cleanse beacons around the map to unlock their health bar, and they roam around while you're doing it. Sometimes they chase you, sometimes they bail and switch arenas. It keeps every fight moving. The early game can feel a bit overwhelming, and I recommend turning down screen shake and particles, but once you settle in, the pacing clicks. The Rogue Prince of Persia takes the classic series into roguelite territory. Developed by Evil Empire, a team behind Dead Cells, it blends fast, precise combat with fluid platforming. Wall runs, dashes, and vaults make movement feel seamless, and timing your attacks adds a rhythm to every fight. You play as the prince, retaking Ctesiphon from invading Huns. Death isn't a setback, you respawn where you last slept, making each run part of a bigger learning curve. Weapons and medallions let you craft builds that change how you approach combat, and meta progression ensures every run feels meaningful. So if you're looking for a roguelite that blends fast movement, layered combat, and clever systems, the Rogue Prince of Persia is worth checking out. Nova Drift is an arcade space shooter with roguelite progression. You pilot a ship in a looping deep space arena, dodging enemies and projectiles while collecting XP to level up and swap gear. The movement is all about momentum, so every adjustment matters. Your ship is built around gear and modsies. Gear has 3 slots: weapons, shields, and body. Weapons range from long-range beams to short-range bursts. Mods add extra layers of customization, stacking to alter playstyle and boost gear. Mod upgrades evolve over time, giving each run a distinct feel depending on what's available. If you like quick action with a bit of strategy, Nova Drift gives you a fun, flexible experience that's easy to jump back into. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splintered Fate delivers a lively roguelite built around fast combat, satisfying upgrades, and the charm of the franchise. And co-op is where the game feels the most fun. When you have friends watching your back, you play more aggressively, revive each other, and push through tougher rooms without stressing every mistake. Solo is doable, but you can tell the game was built with teamwork in mind. After you finish the main run, the game keeps pushing you with new challenges that hit harder and demand better builds. This is the point where your upgraded turtles start feeling stronger and the loop becomes more addictive. Roboquest is a roguelite FPS that drops you into a post-apocalyptic world as a guardian robot. This game, similar like Gunfire Reborn, take down waves of enemy bots, explore the map, and grow stronger with each run. It combines classic FPS movement with roguelite progression. Weapons have real weight and feedback. The 2-weapon limit forces interesting choices on the fly. The roguelite structure gives each playthrough a sense of progression. Collecting wrenches lets you unlock upgrades, expand your hub, and gradually access new areas. Classes and permanent gadgets provide variety for multiple runs, letting you try new strategies while improving your guardian over time. Curse of the Dead Gods is one of the best roguelites that focuses on combat depth. At first I thought this was just a clone of Hades, but it turns out this game has its own unique characteristics. You play as a treasure hunter, exploring Mayan-style temples. The level design and variety of Jaguar, Serpent, and Eagle temples has its own aesthetic identity and specific trap mechanics. So you have to adjust your strategy. The combat is tight and the movement may feel a bit slower than Hades, but this actually forces us to be more strategic. You can't just keep rolling to dodge. Dodge has a cooldown. This is where parry and block shine. Successfully deflecting enemy attacks feels super gratifying, especially because it reduces your move cooldown. Another amazing 2D roguelite platforming is Astral Ascent. You take control of Ayla, a fighter trying to climb through levels filled with enemies and bosses represented by constellations. The game mixes fast-paced combat with platforming, and each run has a variety of upgrades and abilities to discover. Movement feels floaty, which affects how you approach platforms and battles, giving you freedom in the air but also requiring careful timing for attacks. Combat rooms are compact, encouraging quick reactions. The spell system forces you to think about the order in which you use abilities. If you're interested in trying a roguelite that combines spell management, fast attacks, and vertical platforming, this game is worth exploring. Synthetik Legion Rising is a hardcore top-down shooter where you play as an android blasting through waves of deadly machines inside the Kaida Corporation. Every level is packed with robotic enemies, and surviving requires careful movement, precise shooting, and managing your ammo. Enemies are varied and force you to constantly adapt, and co-op mode lets you experiment with teamwork and strategy. Every run feels different, and the game's ongoing updates show how much care went into it. Not only that, there are 94 base weapons with multiple variants, attachments, and ammo types, plus 8 classes like Riot Guard, Engineer, and Assassin, each with unique playstyles. If you've ever wished Hades had co-op, Sworn might just be the game for you. This Arthurian action roguelite from Windwalk Games wears its influences on its sleeve. There's no denying it follows the Hades formula closely, but it also brings its own unique charm to the table, especially for those who want to tackle the chaos with friends. Combat is tight and strategic, though slightly slower than Hades, with the enemies that demand attention and boss fights pulled straight from an Arthurian lore. The real standout, however, is the 4-player co-op, which adds a fresh layer of strategy and fun that Hades has never offered. Absolum blends beat-em-up action with roguelike depth. Of course, each run feels different, and the mix of character builds, upgrades, and randomized items ensures you're constantly adjusting your strategy. The grind never feels aimless. It encourages you to refine your approach and try new combinations. Solo play is satisfying, but teaming up with friends adds a new layer of strategy and chaos. Its loop of repeated runs, leveling, and experimentation makes each attempt compelling and encourages you to try new approaches. Absolum isn't just another beat 'em up, it's a blend of RPG, roguelike, and arcade elements that feels fresh, deep, and endlessly replayable. Deadzone Rogue is an FPS roguelite that hooks you with weapon variety, build options, and cooperative chaos. Combat is fast and flexible. You've got shooting, melee, grenades, and dashes, but the real depth comes from experimenting with weapon buffs, elemental effects, and companion robots that help you in fights. Enemies range from quick fodder to mini-boss elites and full-on bosses, keeping every room tense and varied. Each run is different thanks to randomly generated sectors, data logs to uncover the story, and tech upgrades that carry over between runs. And if you want a different challenge, you can team up with friends for cooperative runs, which changes how you approach combat entirely. Shape of Dreams is a well-crafted roguelite, blending elements of MOBA and roguelike ARPG and turning it into a fast-paced, engaging game with fluid controls, exciting combat, and a rewarding progression system. Play as any of the 8 playable travelers, each with their own unique combat styles in either solo play or co-op play with up to 3 other players. There's a lot to experiment with here, from combining attacks to customizing them with modifier gems that change how they work. The runs themselves are built around different rooms connected by rifts, where you can choose which challenges or rewards to face. You can also create multiple loadouts per character for long-term replay value. And while the game supports up to 4 players, solo play still works well since even support-leaning travelers can be built offensively and taken through the rapids on their own. BlazBlue Entropy Effect is a fast, fun 2D action roguelike that drops BlazBlue characters into a fresh digital world. Each run is quick and replayable. You fight through stages, pick new abilities, and play around with different builds. The story is light but intriguing, told through memory fragments and hidden messages with multiple endings to chase. Combat feels great with a mix of simple attacks, flashy skills, and smart room choices that shape every run. Co-op mode lets 2 players team up, plan builds, and clear stages together. Even if you've never touched BlazBlue, the game's unique characters, snappy sessions, and deep build variety make it an easy roguelike to dive back into, and honestly, one of the most underrated in the genre. And that's it for today. Those were lists the top 15 underrated roguelike games that should be way more popular. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. Once again, if you want to buy games with cheap price, the link in the description. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you in the next video.